Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of year again. Time for us to pick the draft order for the 2015 Hudson Valley SmackDown Fantasy Football League. This is the moment one of you have been waiting very impatiently for. Brian. Okay, so in the interest of making it a spectacular event as we always do, and because Brian demands that the process be as complicated and convoluted as possible, we have a multi-stage event that's going to happen for you here tonight. So, allow me to first introduce the participants. I, of course, am your commissioner and reigning five-time champion of the Hudson Valley SmackDown League. We also have our co-presenters, Brett Friedman and his back, hi, and Alex Friedman,
hi,
doubling as our recorder tonight. Now, we do have a recording secretary in one little Susie Friedman. However, she did not sign the legal release, so we cannot put her on camera this year, unfortunately. So, we're going to explain the process, and then we'll get into it. So what's going to happen here is we have all of the names for the participants of the league in this hat on pieces of paper. One of my two co-presenters are going to throw a dart against that dartboard. Whatever number comes up, I'm going to pull the name out, and that number will go along to that person. So we have the numbers written down here, bullseye through 1. If there are any ties, once we're done throwing all the darts, if there's any ties, we will have a tiebreaker, which will be very simply pulling cards out of a deck. I have the entire suit of spades, and we'll pull in alphabetical order going off of first name. If the first names begin with the same letter, we'll go to the second letter of the name, and so on and so forth. And that is how we are going to pick the order this year. Okay? So, without further ado, Brett, let's go ahead and pick. Go ahead and throw dart number 1. Okay, we have 15. That is a 15, which will go to... Oh, me. David. 15. Okay, Alex, let's hit it. Okay, we have also a 15. Great. Just what we wanted. Ties right off the bat. That will go to... Oh, I think I neglected to mention that our throwers have been instructed to aim for bullseye, not for any specific number. That will go to Ed. So Ed and I currently at 15. Pick up the chase. That is a 10. We have 10. So the 10 will go to... It's very exciting. Andy. Andy gets a 10. Next one. Don't tell me you did it again. 6. We have a 6. That goes to... Brian. Brian gets a 6. Next number. That's 11. That is an 11. The 11 will go to Tim. Tim gets an 11. Next one. Oh, lucky number 1. Number 1. That is going to go to Dan. Dan the man, number 1. Okay. Next number. 16. And 16 is going to go towards Mike. Mike, number 16. Next one. Oh my God. Also, number 1. 2 ties, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. This is unprecedented in Hudson Valley SmackDown history. Never had 2 ties before. That goes to Charlie. Charlie, also with a 1. Next. Nothing. Do it again. Hurry up. 15. That's a 15. 15. Oh, another tie. This is just fascinating. Fascinating. 15. And that goes to Tom Fisher, joining Ed and myself at number 15. And the last throw, 17. 17. Which goes to, I can't wait to see who, Tom Henry. Tom Henry with a 17. That is all of our participants. No more flags in the helmet. Now, Madam Secretary, who are our ties?
We have a tie for number 15 with David, Ed, and Tom Fisher. And then a tie with number 1 with Dan and Charlie.
Okay, so we'll do number 15 first. David, Ed, and Tom. So the first one will be for myself. So Alex is shuffling. Brett, if you'll come over and pick for us. This is for me. 6. Okay. Who else is it? Ed and Tom. So Ed. The next one goes to Ed. 4. Ooh, Ed with the 4. Very exciting. So far, Ed 4. Myself 6, in case you lost track. Next one. Jack for Tom Fisher. Jack. So that's Ed 4, 6 for me, Jack for Tom Fisher. Put these back in the deck. And the other tie number
is Dan and Charlie, number 1.
Number 1, Dan and Charlie. Number 1. Let's pick away for Charlie. Number 7. Number 7 for Charlie. And for Dan, 2. 2 for Dan. So 2 for Dan, 7 for Charlie. So, the order right now, we have 17, Tom Henry. 16, Mike. 15, first would be Ed. One, no. Second for myself. And third for Tom Fisher. We have Tim at 11, Andy at 10, Brian at 6, Dan at 1, and then Charlie at 1 as well.
Charlie got 7, right.
Right, so Dan and then Charlie. So, you think you know the order, and yet it keeps going on. Where's the 2? Okay, so now we need, you're going to show them first. You need to decide, are we going to go from highest to lowest or lowest from highest? So we have 2 more pieces of paper. We have one that says high and one that says low. Okay? So, Alex is going to put them behind his back, apparently. And Brett is going to pick either right or left. Whichever one he picks is what becomes the direction. So if it says high, then Tom Henry will have the first pick. If it says low, Dan will have the first pick. Hit it, Brett.
Let's go with the right.
Right hand. And the one is?
Low.
Low. So low is how it goes. So the draft order will be Dan, Charlie, Brian, Andy, Tim, Ed, me, Tom Fisher, Mike, and Tom Henry bringing up the rear. Since he'll probably be the last one here, that makes sense. So, in conclusion, I look forward to seeing you all Friday the 4th. Time and place still TBD, probably Brian's estate, but we'll let you know shortly. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your summer.